Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and today we've got something a little bit different. I got a text message from a good mate of mine. We're both in the Suzuki 4x4 scene, and he said, we're going off-roading today, I've got a seat, do you want to ride shotgun? So that's where we're going. We're heading out and see what the local 4x4 scene in Joburg / Pretoria / Gauteng has got. Meet a couple of guys that we know each other really well over the social media platforms, but this is definitely going to be a first in terms of meeting them. So join us along. We will be meeting up with our good friend Dylan. We're going to shoot some footage of his epic little chimney that I suppose is not so little anymore. So sit tight, buckle in, this is going to be fun. So often Joburg and Pretoria get a bad rap for not having views like Cape Town, but these views here I think are pretty epic. The mountains, well, should we say the hills and valleys, along with all the greenery, is amazing. Definitely some views for today, heading out into the wilderness. And we have arrived, so this looks like good fun. The first bit of dirt that we get the Swift on. Let's hope there's no any dongas or anything that we need to engage 4x4 in this little vehicle, because it don't have it. I know I keep saying I like my 4x4, and it was one of the things that I really wanted to get done this trip, but I didn't expect to take the 4x4 trail to get to the trail and have to do it in my Swift. So we may need to have a little bit of an undercarriage check once we get home this evening. But otherwise, if I look at the mountain that's ahead of us and I look at where the trail goes up, I don't think you're going to be able to get on camera, so I won't even show you now. This is going to be one epic afternoon, but I need to go because this road's getting a little bit hairy.
That's a good 4x4.
With us while we drive up here, like you're taking your sweet time.
That's the shame we're doing it this way. If we did the other way, then this is like a lack of obstacle.
So we've passed probably the worst incline here in terms of technicality, and now we get to this. And cameras obviously never do it justice, but Dylan's going to climb down there and show us on his hand 4x4 what we have to go down. So this is
quite slippery.
This is going to be interesting. Listen, I don't think a stock chimney is going to go down here easily. I mean, you can bounce down.
It's not stock though. He's got yeah, it'll go, gravity will take care of it. It's got 50 mil spaces. It's hard. Yeah.
But
The
I mean,
rain
like,
definitely has made this part more slippery.
Yeah.
your false teeth fall out, dude! The first line doesn't work, you draw another one. Yeah. There's already under panels of car lined here, so somebody's tried it. You're going to fall into a... You're up on this. You're a rock, and it's caught on the axle. That wheel's right in the air. You're gonna have to either back. Go.
I can feel it.
Yeah, it's rolling. Go back. Straight back. Go back.
Yeah, you're not going to get over
More.
that rock.
It's wedged up under you now. Okay. You're gonna have
to get over that rock.
Can I go around?
Let's try. What's the worst that can happen?
I love those words.
Go that again, but keep your wheel straight. So go back a little. Look, it's not my Jimmy, so if it breaks, like. Okay. Okay, straighten up. Little that way. Straight, come.
Okay, this is a bit of a cut line now.
Yeah, that rock is caught underneath you.
Yeah, it's...
Let me just see where that rock
Is it under the rear diff?
Yeah. I think it's catching the tow bar there, mate.
is. Yeah, it's catching on your rear diff. Your rear diff and it are perfectly lined up.
Okay, this is perfectly lined up.
Which way are you going? Front or back now?
Trying to get the right arm over the...
Slowly. It's going to catch your front now. Go. Well, it's just stop.
Put it over.
Let me just see what's going on here. No, it's the way that it's wedged. It's literally the rock is like this, and your axle's pushed.
No, it's not even on this.
No. You're gonna have to reset.
Yeah, it's reset. Change our line here. In a little bit. Okay, you're doing this line.
You want to.
Okay, time for lockers.
Do that again, just a little bit momentum.
Yeah. I got over the rock.
Yeah.
You're over the rock. Okay, come. There you go.
No, the guards are
but-
off.
Wait. You don't want to stop there.
No.
Just stop. Whoa. Okay, come a little bit to the right. To the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use a bit of hand throttle.
Done.
Or not. There's always a sneaky rock at the end.
You can probably bounce it out.
No, you're going to have to go forward. You can't go back.
What am I hitting?
Just go slowly. Yeah, there's a dip, but
Can I go right?
you can go right. Tight left.
Just in the front rock, otherwise I'm not going anywhere.
Tight left. Okay, tight left. Go.
That was a sneaky one, dude.
Good job.
Not the line I was planning, but a line under there.
Well, do you want to try it again? Because you've moved that rock now.
I did it for Stuart.
Oh, Stuart, are you going to try that line now?
I quite like my car the way it is. Also, he's got front lockers on.
And unfortunately, this is where the video ended abruptly for us. I managed to have a bit of a fall over this rock ledge, and I'll bring up a photo of where I fell in the sort of general vicinity. Had a bit of a fall, tumbled forward, did a bit of a somersault down, landed on my shoulder, my neck, and in the process managed to slice my head open, managed to get 10 stitches. I think it was in my scalp. They had to glue my toe back together, hurt the other toe, the other big toe, grazed the whole left hand side of my body, and was in quite a bit of pain. And in the fall, I managed to change the setting on my camera, and I didn't realize it only until afterwards, and I was looking at this footage, and that's why everything was in slow motion. Dylan and I sort of gave a brief overview of what had just happened. My adrenaline was pumping, his adrenaline was pumping. Fortunately, his sister was with us, and she drove his Jimny back down. Well, he drove us down to the base of the trail. I phoned my wife and said, I need you to come pick me up. I can't drive back in this state. And luckily, Dylan's sister was with us. She drove his Jimny back. He drove my Swift back. We met up with my wife on the highway, and she drove me off and took me to the doctor, and that's when I got all the stitches and everything like that. So for those of you that are a little bit squeamish, look away right now. I'm going to show a couple of the photos of the wounds. So unfortunately, the camera went into slow motion. That's why everything is in some of these clips that I'm going to put in. You'll see that it's in slow motion, but believe me, that's kind of how I felt at the time. Everything was sort of just loopy and going all over the show. But the main point is that I just want to share that everybody should be prepared for a trail like this. We weren't planning on doing anything extreme. This trail was by no means the hardest trail that I've done. It was nothing that I've never been on before, but I slipped, I had a fall. It happens, and fortunately Dylan had a medical aid kit with him, and we managed to stop the bleeding on my head just enough to get me down to the doctor. Probably took us half an hour, 45 minutes just to get the bleeding under control on my head, and it's a head wound, they always bleed a lot. But if it hadn't have been for that, things could have been a whole lot worse. Yeah, and I'll leave in the description below, I'll put some comments or put some items in there that I think that you guys should have in your medi kit. Definitely stuff like gloves, first of all, just to protect not only you but also the person that's helping you clean up the wounds. Bandages, plasters, antiseptic ointment, some alcohol swabs. It was a humbling experience. So just make sure that you're ready, and drop a story in the comments below about something similar that may have happened to you, and if there's anything that I'm missing from a medical aid kit, if you know of any, drop a link below. Let's go and have a look, either eBay or whatever the place is, so that everybody can be prepared. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry that there wasn't more footage. I had the drone with me. I plan to get some epic footage. The trail is amazing. It really was a gorgeous trail. We had a lot of fun for the first hour that we were there until the accident happened. It's definitely a trail I want to go back. I want to finish it. I want to get to the top. I want to check out the views. This trip, it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, it was good fun for what that did happen. Great stories. This was 2 days before Christmas, so my Christmas I spent with a head bandage on. Wasn't the greatest, but anyway, I got out lightly as far as I'm concerned. Had I landed a little bit more on my head, it could have been a whole lot worse. So ending thoughts are, make sure you're carrying a medical kit in your vehicle, no matter what it is, whether it's a road car, 4x4, whatever the case is. You never know when you're going to need it. Make sure you've got the right shoes on for 4x4. And part of this problem, or the problem that I had with slipping, was that I was in flip-flops, and it had been raining, so things got a little bit wet. I slipped in my shoe or my slip-slop, and ultimately that's what made me fall head over heels. But you know what, it is what it is. I'm grateful for the experience. It was awesome fun being outside there, meeting up with the guys face to face after having chatted to them for the last 3 or 4 years over Facebook, WhatsApp. But yeah, one of those things. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and join us for adventures in the future. I'm hoping to get out onto some trails again. This whole COVID thing has really thrown a spanner in our works, but it is what it is. Anyway, have a lacquer day.